Hello everyone and welcome. My name is UK and here are the 5 things that I wish I knew sooner in my digital marketing journey. Stick around, let's have a chat. So I've been a freelancer, SEO, web development, digital marketing for over 20 years now. And if I had have known some of these things that we're going to talk about today a little bit sooner, I feel like I would have learned the skills a little bit faster and understood the fundamentals to this whole industry. So these 5 things that I'm going to share with you today, hopefully if you're a small business or if you are just getting started with digital marketing, I hope this can help you on your journey too. So let's get right started with number 1, speed. You have a very finite amount of time to capture the interest of your target demographic or to pique the curiosity of your potential customer. When I say finite amount of time, depending on which platform you're on, this could be anywhere from fractions of a second up to maybe 3 to 5 seconds. This is not a lot of time at all. So what we need to do is we need to make sure that everything that we do as digital marketers is tailored towards speed. I will give you some examples. If you have a website, visitors are coming to your website from a search query in Google. That website has to provide exactly what that visitor was looking for within 2 to 3 seconds, or it's a bounce. If you have a YouTube channel and you're selling a product through your YouTube channel, if within the first 10 seconds of your YouTube channel you don't get that point and that message across, they will bounce. If you have a Facebook ad campaign running and your image, your title, they're not optimized, they're not engaging, they will scroll right by. Same thing with TikTok, Instagram, you name it. This very finite window of time, this small opportunity you have to potentially create a lifelong customer could be lost in the blink of an eye. So everything comes down to speed. Number 2, engagement. Now, this one is really, really complex and tricky, but I'm going to boil it down and hopefully make it really simple. If you are producing content on a schedule, you're trying to crank out blog posts, you're trying to, run email marketing campaigns to make sure they go out every Tuesday, every Friday. If you are bound by these restrictions and you are churning out content that isn't engaging, that isn't entertaining, that doesn't really provide much value, then you're not doing digital marketing correctly. One of the most important things I've learned along the way when it comes to digital marketing is engagement is critical. And if you can spend less time following quotas, trying to hit targets, trying to hit deadlines, and spend more time crafting engaging or interactive or exciting content that your users, your potential customers, your visitors want to interact with, you will do so much better. I have worked for an agency where they had a whiteboard that was chock full of emails that had to go out. They had copywriters cranking these emails out, going out to all of these individuals. Their bounce rate was phenomenal. Their unsubscribe rate was phenomenal. They were burning newsletter subscribers more than they were gaining because they were just sending out crap. The really, really, really good digital marketing agencies these days spend far less time cranking out, churning campaign after campaign, and spend way more time crafting 1, 2, maybe 3 highly optimized, highly engaging campaigns, videos, imagery to really capture and pique the curiosity or generate the interest to learn more. This is where digital marketers can really set themselves apart. If you can deliver exciting and engaging content, you'll do so much better than following schedules, hitting your deadlines, and cranking out for the sake of cranking out. Don't fall into the trap of just we got to get this out. This newsletter is due by this day, and you don't really have any content for it. So you'll have bad times. Number 3, analytics. Now, everything that you do as a digital marketer can be tracked, most of it in real time. If you are not spending a large portion of your time as a digital marketer scouring through your analytics for whatever it is that you're doing with your digital marketing, then you are missing huge amount of potential in the value that data can provide you. Now, I will give you a rough guesstimate. I spend approximately 50% of my entire digital marketing life going through my analytics and then making changes and decisions based on those analytics. They are the most powerful, easy to use, easy to understand tool in a digital marketer's toolkit that need to be fully utilized. And when I was just getting started out, I would crank out pay-per-click campaigns. I would be doing search engine optimization. I would be doing email blasts. I would be doing all of the things that come with being a digital marketer. And I would get so overwhelmed with the tasks that I left very little time to go in and see, well, how is this stuff performing? What can we do better? What can we do differently? What's generating engagement? What's converting better? All of the tools and all of the keys to your success in digital marketing, they lie in your analytics. And if you're not allocating a lot of your time every single day to your analytics, then you are really missing out on key moments and key opportunities where you can convert more, you can sell more, you can subscribe more, and you can just basically dominate your competition. Do not forget the power of analytics. The keys to getting more sales, more conversions, more contacts, everything, it lies in your analytics. Be it Google Search Console, Google Analytics, Google Merchant Center, AdSense backend, AdWords backend, SEMrush, whatever analytics that you have for your project, Facebook Page Manager, whatever it may be, you need to be spending as much time in those platforms than you are actually performing the work as a digital marketer. Number 4, relevancy. And I've got a great story on how I can explain this one. I had a client who was wanting to spend somewhere between $10,000 and $15,000 a month on a pay-per-click campaign. I went to the meeting, I sat there, and they declared, we want to be number 1 in all of Google for the term land for sale. Great, okay. This business sold land, bulk land, raw land on the internet. They had an e-commerce store where anybody could go and buy land from them. So I went to the meeting, I listened, I took notes, and then went away to, start cranking out this pay-per-click campaign. And for the first 4 days of this ad campaign, we were getting crazy good traffic. I mean, you can imagine it's a big budget. So we were getting tons and tons of clicks. We were getting really good engagement. People were spending, 10, 15, 20 minutes on the website scouring through all of our content. But nobody was buying anything. Nobody was converting. And the reason for this is, while the managers and the higher-ups thought that, well, let's just get the most popular key phrase, land for sale, would net them more sales of their land. This is where relevancy came into play. You see, we were advertising on all of our competitors' websites for land for sale, but the buyers for our type of properties, they were looking for something completely different than the industry norm. So our buyers were looking for more rural land, undeveloped land you could go and homestead or maybe go camping and fishing on, but not necessarily build a house on. They were 2 completely different sets of customers. And I had let this go for 4 or 5 days. That was $600-700 ad spend almost of just useless clicks that didn't generate a single call. So understanding the relevancy here, we were able to go in and tweak a lot of the key phrases to add one word, cheap land. that completely changed. We went from a 0% conversion rate to a 12% conversion rate immediately, because we were filtering through people that were looking for, nice polished residential plots where they can go and just build a house on. They've got the utilities, it's already been engineered and stuff like that. They could, differentiate that between a 3-acre parcel in the middle of the desert somewhere that's difficult to get access to. I didn't understand this. I didn't walk away from the meeting understanding this. And this is where relevancy and understanding the relevancy and the intent, even though they are the same thing, land for sale, even though they mean the same thing, they have two completely different customers. Same keyword, different customer, different intent. Understanding relevancy, it was eye-opening to say the least. Number 5, don't be afraid to try new things. When I first started out, and especially when I was managing other people's budgets, I was terrified to get creative. I would stifle my own creativity just based on the fear of letting down that client or customer. This isn't how a good digital marketer should operate, especially in 2024. The most successful digital marketing agencies are the most creative. And I'm going to give you a couple of examples here. So Purple Mattresses. Here's a company with one of the most boring products imaginable. It's a mattress. But what did they do? They got really creative. They created comedic sketches, and they sold more mattresses than any other mattress company in that year. That stuff went viral. Another great example is Dollar Shave Club, a company that sells razors, boring as heck. If you go back and look at some of their viral commercials where they pushed the boundaries a little bit, they got creative with it a little bit, and they weren't scared to try new things. Here's a great example. The Geico lizard with a British accent. I mean, can you imagine? You're in the boardroom of Geico and some marketing intern in the back stands up and I've got an idea. Let's have a lizard with a British accent who says funny stuff. That'll sell way more insurance. What do you think happened in that board meeting? Do you think all these executives go, that's a great idea, Steve, well done? No, this was a really, really good idea that needed to be nurtured and developed. And it probably was a small sample size. They realized, hang on a minute, people actually like this. Then everybody in the boardroom stood up and gave the round of applauses because it was a brilliant idea. Don't be afraid to try new things and get creative and whatever it takes to just stand out from the crowd. Do something different. If your product's boring, use comedy, use humor, whatever it is. If you're afraid, don't be. If you make mistakes, that's okay. If things don't resonate, that's okay. But you'll never know until you try. This is key for me. I've tried so many goofy things. Some of them have worked, some of them haven't. But the ones that do far outweigh the trial and error of getting there. So never be afraid to try new things with your digital marketing. And that's it. I hope this video helped. There has been 5 things that I wish I knew and understood sooner for digital marketing. Thank you so much for watching. We're almost at 100 subscribers and that blows my mind. Thank you to everybody who's subscribed so far. I really appreciate it. If you like this kind of content, why not consider joining them? We're on the road to 100. Let's try and get there. Again, thank you so much for watching. I've been UK. You've been fantastic. I'll see you in the next one.